Ladies and gents, welcome. My name is Wasmatic and welcome to my humble abode on Alioth. And also, that ship over there isn't mine. That belongs to Bacon. That's his trademark build. Everything on fire. Anyway, today I'll get straight on with the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Lots of video guides coming out for Dual Universe and also live stream on Twitch. Currently 3 nights a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays from about 1900 UTC. So this video, right, getting straight into it, is around using the RDMS, which I think is Rights Duties Management System. If it's not, I'm sure somebody will correct me. Effectively, it's how do you give permissions on constructs or elements that you own to other players to use. And I'm going to go through the quick and dirty version of how you can do it, and then we're going to go through the policy writing. This was a suggestion for a video by Devil Network, or NAS. Had trouble finding your suggestion then, mate, so thank you for the suggestion. Appreciate. He was saying that he'd seen a few people in support asking questions about rights and duties, etc. Permissions. So here we go. We're going to use this Wasmobile as the example for the quick and dirty, and for those of you who said the video was too dark last time, I've put some little fluorescent luminescent tubes up, so hopefully that helps that situation. So first and foremost, let's say I want to share this entire construct with my org, which is Galactic Imperium Scouts. Really easy way to do it is you right click, you select construct, advanced, you set construct and then share construct with organization and then Galactic Imperium Scouts. It takes a couple of minutes for the permissions to set on the server, so if you set the permissions and somebody tries to use the construct straight away, you might find that it tells them they don't have permissions. Okay, but that's how you do it. You can do that with friends, with your organization, either of whichever ones you're a member of, or if you're feeling really risky, do it publicly for all. And that's the quick and dirty way of doing it. There is another way to share elements. So let's say, for example, that I want to give somebody a lift. I've got 2 passenger seats here in this vehicle, and let's say that I would like to give somebody a lift who isn't in my org, isn't on my friends list, and I'm just being a good citizen. You can actually right click, share elements, and share with it's not here now, but you will have an option with nearby player, and you can share that with a nearby player, and it will give you the player's name. So in the same way that you share elements, it'll be with nearby player, and then you can click on the player's name. Give it a couple of minutes, they'll be able to sit in the seat. So that's it in terms of sharing. You can also obviously share the construct, and you can let people fly it using this quick menu. If you go into advanced, you can also go in construct, advanced, and you can set the construct rights. So you can start to use the policies that we're going to write in a minute to share with people. So this currently is shared because I've just set it to share with my org, Galactic Imperium Scouts. That tag is there. If I want to rescind that permission, I just close it. There we go. So these are policies that I've written already. I'm going to write a new policy, and I think before I do that I might need to delete one. So dead simple, if you want to write a policy, the policy exists in its own right, and then you can apply that policy to whatever constructs you like. So if you have an alt, for example, and you want that alt to be able to access all of the constructs that you own wherever they are in the system, you can write a policy, and let's say that they're not on your friends list and they're not in your organization. You can write a policy that gives them individually permissions to access everything that you own. So you access the policy writing, the RDMS system, by pressing F7. That will take you to here. You will have 2 options. You will have your org if you are a legate, super legate. I'm not sure which is which, if I'm honest. But you also have your name. So we're going to start with the name here. So this is anything that Wasmatic owns and can assign permissions to. You can see I have a lot of automatic permissions already. We're going to actually write a custom permission. And we're going to write a custom permission for my alt. So now I actually think I have a custom permission for my alt here. Yes, there we go. I'm going to remove that. We're going to rebuild that. So here's how you do it. Effectively, you have actors, rights, and tags. This in my head is who, what, and where. So who is it has the permission, what do they have permissions to do, and where are those permissions going to be applied? So first things first, my alt, giving the game away here. My alt is called Sylphan. There you go. And I'm just going to add Sylphan. So now I know that I can give permissions or rights to just Sylphan. So let's say, for example, that I want to give Sylphan permission to use my factory. I can add in all of these elements here. I could just select everything and add it in. So actually, let's make it simpler. Sorry, we said we were going to write one for this Wasmobile Classic Edition. So let's do that. So starting again, policy. So we're creating a policy, and it's going to be for Sylphan. There we go. We're adding Sylphan in. Well, what do I want Sylphan to do? I want her to be able to board the construct. I want her to be able to build the construct if she wants to change it. And you basically go through, I want her to be able to make a blueprint from it if she so desires. I want her to deploy core units on it if she wants to add bits in. Deploy dynamic core unit on territory. Right, okay, let's leave that because that's more to do with territory. And we're going to let her edit the element and just go down this list. There's no container on it. Use the element. Retrieve items from the container. There is no container. I do want her to be able to repair it should she crash. I'm going to let her rename it as well if she needs to, because she is my alt for ship placing and building. Rename construct. Okay, so you get the idea. You can go through and you can apply all of these permissions. Now, give this a name. So let's say Sylphan ships. Okay, and then enter a description here. Full access to use and remodel dynamic constructs. You've given a basic description of the policy. Okay, and now I want to select the tag, the item that we're going to apply these permissions to. Wasmobile Classic Edition. There we go. Add that in, and that's it. Now, what you can do is if you've got a fleet of ships and you want your alt or somebody else or your org to be able to access a number of different ships, I can actually go through and say I'm going to apply this to the basic Wasmobile. I'm going to apply this to. Oh, apparently that's all I have on this character. So these are just for ships. That's a static. That's a dynamic. That's a dynamic. Static. 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 There we go. So that's it. So all we do then is save the policy, and that policy is now saved and is applicable here. Okay. So now, if I was to log in my alt Sylphan, she would be able to come in and use this vehicle for any purposes she likes, as long as they fall into the permissions that are assigned in this particular policy here. So let's say, for example, that I want to do the same and give her access to the factory here. So I can do the same, but I would need to write a new policy which is specific to static cores. Again, Wasmatic, create new. Enter a policy name. I can put that as Sylphan Statics. Select her name in here. And add that. And then select the rights that we want to. So, board and build. We want to be able to build the construct if she wants to edit it. She can make a blueprint of the factory should she so wish. Oops, need to do that. Edit that, and so on. So you can go through these. Deploy core unit on construct. Yes, I'm going to let her do that. I want to go through view container contents, use elements so she can use the factory itself, etc., etc. A repair maybe. So in here you can see there are also elements that preset rights that you can add for using territories as well. So I can set, for example, territory permissions by org or by player, or just for my friends list. You get the idea. And then the preset tag here would be was Industries. So if I want her to just use this factory here, I can set was Industries, save the policy, and it's done. And now she has permission to use this factory along with, under all of the rights that have been assigned to her. So that's the simple description. Without getting into all the detail of what the individual rights mean, I suggest you go and fiddle with those, work out for yourself. But effectively, you can share just through the simple share construct. You can share individual elements with friends, with org, or publicly. And so let's have a look at. So this is the heavy Falcon that I've been using to do a lot of heavy lifting, and I have a number of seats in here. And these seats I can all share. So I can share these with my org. Nobody in the org could fly it if I didn't want to give them permissions, but they can sit in the seats and be transported. In a very short video, that is effectively the RDMS system and how you can use it to share your constructs and elements with your friends, org mates, alts, whatever you like. I really hope that's helped, and I certainly had to do a bit of learning before I made the video, and that's it. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.